When I decided to become a YouTuber, I was forced to turn my bedroom into a dedicated filming studio, and that meant I needed to move my desk setup into our house's guest room. I saw this as an opportunity to upgrade my desk setup into something fresh and more inspiring. But it's also worth noting that I am getting married this year and I will be moving into a condo with my future wife, and so this will be serving as a mere temporary office space before we move into our condo. But before I get to the video, I just wanted to let you know that all of the items featured here will be listed in the description box below. For the desk itself, I'm still using the budget foldable desk that I featured in my previous video. It's very wobbly, but I sandwiched it in between two cabinets to make sure that it's a lot more sturdy and that it doesn't shake as much. It's 120 by 70 centimeters, and so it's rather short in terms of its length. I am going to be investing in a better quality tabletop once we move into our condo, preferably something that's at least 150 centimeters in length. But for now, I have to make do with this. But what I do lack in length, I make up for in height. That's what she said. This monitor speaker shelf is a really great way of expanding your desk's real estate through height. It helps elevate my reference monitor speakers so that they're in closer proximity to my ears. It's also very effective at hiding the cables that are sticking out behind my desk gadgets. Aside from that, it also serves as a makeshift cover for all of my desk accessories that I store in these little organizers. Since they are modular, you can connect them however you want. This just helps me organize all of the things that I use consistently, like my USB-C and my micro USB cables, my flash drives, and my memory cards. It also houses all of my gaming devices like my DualShock 4 controller, which is very old but still very reliable. I don't feel any compelling reason to upgrade it just yet. It is so easy to connect the controller to my computer via a micro USB cable. For my gaming mouse, I'm actually quite excited about this. It's the Delux M800DB. I typically use this mouse for first-person shooter games like Apex Legends or Call of Duty Black Ops. I really love this mouse. It's incredibly light. It's coming in at just around 70 grams, and it's fitted with the PMW 3335 sensor. It also has RGB lighting, which automatically makes you a better gamer, and it's rechargeable via USB-C. But the best part about this mouse is that you can get it for just less than 2,000 pesos. Speaking of gaming, I removed my ever-reliable laptop from my desk and I replaced it with a dedicated gaming/video editing PC. If you're interested, I made an entire video about how I assembled this PC myself. I'll just do a quick rundown of the specs here. It's a Ryzen 7 5800X processor, an NVIDIA RTX 3060 Ti GPU. It has 32GB of T-Force DDR4 RAM, 1TB of SSD storage. The CPU is cooled by the Cooler Master 240 Master Liquid AIO, and it's all housed within the Lian Li LanCool Mesh 2. Given the relative power of my PC, I needed a monitor that I knew could stand up to the task. And this Lenovo G27q-20 display is a definite bang-for-buck monitor. It's capable of broadcasting 1440p Quad HD resolution at 165Hz. Those extra frame rates make gaming so buttery smooth and extra immersive. Its 99% sRGB color gamut also comes in handy for color accuracy whenever I'm editing my videos. Aside from visual accuracy, I needed a pair of reference studio monitors that would be able to provide me a flat and balanced sound to help me in my mixing and mastering of audio for my podcasts and my YouTube videos. The Presonus Eris 3.5 studio reference monitors are incredibly accurate when it comes to providing audio. That means that both the lower and the higher frequencies along with the mids deliver a sound that's so clear and crisp and distinct. You don't get an overly thumping bass that just muddies up the sound, but you don't also get the aggressive high end that just pierces your ears. And that's why these monitor speakers are great for watching movies or just listening to music. With my old Logitech speakers, we'd always have to put on subtitles while watching movies because my fiance had a hard time understanding the dialogue because of how muddy the sound was. That's not an issue that we have with these speakers. But sometimes there is a need for a greater level of audio immersion, and this is one of my favorite favorite upgrades for this desk setup. It's the S10 Pro in-ear monitors. Previously, I used the Sennheiser HD400 headphones to mix my podcasts and my YouTube videos. However, I do suffer from vertigo, and the clamping force of the headphones just hits my pressure points here, and that would trigger my nausea and headaches, and I just couldn't wear my headphones for prolonged periods. That's why I decided to buy these in-ear monitors. The KZCS10 Pro is actually one of the most popular in-ear monitors from the Chi-Fi community. Chi-Fi is a play on the words hi-fi or high-fidelity audio for audiophiles, and the Chi aspect means that it's hardware that's manufactured in China. Each monitor is fitted with 4 balanced armature drivers and 1 dynamic driver, amounting to 5 total drivers in each monitor that are driving sound directly into your ear. And the best part about these IEMs is that they're modular. That means if I want to go wireless, I can just detach the monitors from the cable and attach them to the Bluetooth Aptx HD cable. Since they're powered by Aptx technology, there's practically no discernible delay between the audio that's coming from what's displayed on your computer. I really love these in-ear monitors. They're my favorite item on the desk, and the best part about them is that they only cost 1,700 pesos. And while I do love these IEMs, I'm still in the market for a decent pair of headphones, preferably one that's open back and with a really immersive soundstage. I just have to make sure that it has a soft clamping force so that it doesn't trigger the pressure points on my head. I'm looking into the Beyerdynamic 990 headphones or even the Drop Epos PC38X headphones. If you can recommend to me the most comfortable pair of headphones, then please do drop them in the comment section below. For my audio input, I still use the Audio Technica ATR2100X. It's also the mic that I use for my YouTube videos here and my podcasts. I did an entire video talking about this particular microphone, and in microphones in general, feel free to check that out. But yeah, it's a really great microphone that offers rich and boomy audio that makes me sound like a professional voiceover artist. All of my audio equipment runs through the main audio hub of my setup. This is the M-Audio Air 192.6 audio interface. It has a host of different features. First, there's the main volume knob that controls the output on my Eris speakers. There's also an independent headphone volume knob. That means I can listen to audio both on my speakers and in my headphones at the same time. I don't know why anyone would ever want to do that, but the point is you can. It also offers the feature for direct monitoring of my audio, so whenever I'm doing voiceovers or whenever I'm doing my podcast, that means I can monitor my voice directly as I'm doing the recordings. There are also 2 input slots that are dedicated to either microphones or guitars. Aside from using the audio interface to record mic audio, I also sometimes plug my guitar straight into the audio interface and use a amp simulator to practice my guitar. It's also not unreasonably huge. That means I can bring it around for remote podcast recording sessions with my co-host or with my guests. If you're a longtime viewer or subscriber to this channel, then you may have already seen this keyboard before. It's the Keychron K6. I've already dedicated a full video to this keyboard here. I got one with the aluminum frame and the Gateron brown switches. I've literally written hundreds of thousands of words with this thing, and it's still so reliable. However, the keyboard is relatively tall, and that's why I have to make use of this custom wooden wrist rest. It was a gift from my fiance, and it does have my name on it, but I especially love this wrist rest because it's Filipino made. I always like to support local products whenever I can. Another notable upgrade that I have for the setup is the Logitech Mx Master 3 mouse. The gaming mouse that I featured earlier was used exclusively for gaming, but for all of my productivity tasks, I use the Logitech. It has a horizontal scroll wheel that really helps me during my editing process for my YouTube videos and my podcasts. I also love that it has remappable buttons that I can program however I want, and both of my mouse and my keyboard are sitting on this gorgeous desk pad. I love that it's so large and that it gives me a lot of real estate for whenever I'm video editing or whenever I'm gaming. It's also locally made, and I love its nature aesthetic. I didn't really make any huge upgrades for my lighting setup. It's still a lot of the same stuff from my previous desk setup video. I have the Xiaomi Mihia monitor light bar, I have the Xiaomi Yi light strip, and I also have the Hatsi light bars that are located behind the monitor. I did add some Tapo RGB light bulbs in my office to change the lighting mood whenever I want. For the miscellaneous items around my desk, I have the baby Yoda toy that was gifted by my fiance. I also have this reversible octopus toy that I use for my deep work. Whenever I don't want to be disturbed, I just bring out the frowning side of the octopus in order to let the people around me know that I am not to be interrupted. I'm also a huge Batman fan, and so I have the Dark Knight situated right inside my PC, being a silent guardian and a watchful protector. Underneath my desk shelves, I also have my blue light filter glasses. These really come in handy when you're staring at a computer all day long, as they help prevent eye strain. And lastly, it can get really hot in the Philippines, especially now that summertime is coming. Fortunately, my desk is located in between two large windows that I can open for airflow. But to help facilitate that airflow, I do have the Spin 12 fan from Vornado. It's an oscillating fan with 110 degrees of oscillation along with 3 speed modes. It's so small that it fits right on top of my side table, but my favorite part about this fan is that it's remote controlled. And that's just about it. But before I conclude this desk setup, I just wanted you to know that I didn't build this desk setup all in one go. It's a series of small purchases that I make every now and then that gradually build up to the desk that I really want. You shouldn't feel the pressure to buy everything for your desk setup right away. Take it one item at a time until you eventually get to a point wherein you've built a desk setup that you're actually proud of. Even now, I'm still wondering about what possible upgrades I can make. Maybe I could get an Elgato Stream Deck. I'm not really a streamer, but I'm curious about how it will help my productivity. I'm thinking of adding a second monitor or a Samsung tablet just so I have an extra display monitor while I'm editing. I also mentioned that I want some headphones, so please feel free to comment your suggestions down below. I know that this video was so long, but I really loved watching this type of content, and so I really wanted to make sure that I produced something that I'm proud of as well. It's been a pleasure having you here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channels, and show some support for this amateur content creator. That's about it for this video. I hope to see you guys around again soon.